As of 2025, the causes and negative effects of wildfires in America, particularly the large-scale and devastating ones, have been influenced by a combination of natural factors and human-induced changes. The intensity and frequency of these wildfires have escalated, primarily due to the following reasons. Organized and published by PIMO'S. Causes of wildfires in 2025. Climate change. One of the most significant contributing factors is climate change, which has led to higher temperatures and prolonged droughts in many parts of the U.S. This creates dry conditions that make forests and vegetation more susceptible to catching fire. Warmer winters and earlier springs have also lengthened the wildfire season, extending the window for fires to spread. Prolonged droughts, extended periods of drought, exacerbated by climate change, have created a tinderbox environment. Many areas in the West, such as California, have faced droughts that last for years, reducing moisture in vegetation, making it easier for wildfires to ignite and spread rapidly. Increased human activity. Wildfires can be ignited by human activities such as campfires left unattended, discarded cigarette butts, power line malfunctions, and arson. As urban areas expand into rural and forested regions, known as the wildland-urban interface, the risk of human-caused fires increases. Forest management practices. In some regions, mismanagement of forests, such as fire suppression policies and the accumulation of dead vegetation and underbrush, has contributed to larger, more intense wildfires. These policies, designed to prevent fires, have allowed fuel to build up over time, leading to more catastrophic fires when they do occur. Invasive species. Invasive plants and pests that have become more prevalent due to climate change can also increase the intensity of wildfires. Certain non-native species, like the invasive grasses in the West, dry out and become highly flammable, creating more fuel for fires. Negative effects of wildfires in 2025. Loss of life and property. Wildfires in 2025 have caused significant loss of life, including both civilians and firefighters, as well as the destruction of thousands of homes and businesses. The wildland-urban interface zones are particularly vulnerable, leading to the rapid spread of fires into residential areas. Environmental damage. Wildfires have devastated large swaths of ecosystems, destroying habitats for wildlife and reducing biodiversity. Forests, wetlands, and grasslands are all affected, leading to long-term environmental degradation. The carbon released during wildfires also contributes to further climate change. Air pollution and health impact. Smoke from wildfires has worsened air quality, not only in the immediate vicinity but also in neighboring states and even countries, carried by prevailing winds. The poor air quality can have severe health effects, particularly for individuals with respiratory conditions like asthma and bronchitis. Wildfire smoke has been linked to an increase in hospital admissions and deaths due to respiratory and cardiovascular diseases. Economic losses. The costs associated with wildfires are staggering. These include firefighting efforts, the rebuilding of homes and infrastructure, as well as lost agricultural production, tourism, and insurance claims. Some industries, especially agriculture and forestry, face long-term losses due to the destruction of crops and forested areas. Displacement of communities. Thousands of people are forced to evacuate, creating displacement crises. Evacuations lead to overcrowded shelters, interrupted access to essential services, and long-term challenges in finding temporary housing or returning home. Soil erosion and water contamination. After the fires, the soil often becomes much more vulnerable to erosion due to the destruction of vegetation that previously held the soil together. This can lead to mudslides and flash floods, further damaging infrastructure. Additionally, wildfires can contaminate water sources with ash and toxins, affecting local drinking water supplies. Why were wildfires so massive in 2025? The scale of wildfires in 2025 is largely due to the combined effects of climate change, increased human activity, and forest management challenges. Several factors make these fires particularly massive. Worsening climate change effects. As temperatures rise and weather patterns become more unpredictable, regions that once experienced only occasional wildfires are seeing more frequent and intense fires. Longer fire seasons. Wildfire seasons are now extended, giving fires more time to ignite and spread. In 2025, many regions experienced earlier than usual fires and continued droughts throughout the year, allowing fires to grow rapidly and spread over vast areas. More extreme weather events. The increase in extreme weather events, such as heat waves and lightning storms, provides the perfect conditions for wildfires. Dry lightning, in particular, is a common cause of wildfires in regions like California. Increased human exposure. As more people move into fire-prone areas, the interaction between human populations and wildfires increases. This human exposure contributes to the scale of destruction when fires break out. Lack of sufficient resources for fire management. While firefighting agencies are better equipped than ever before, the scale of the fires in 2025 overwhelmed their resources. A combination of high winds, intense heat, and difficult terrain made it harder to contain fires in some areas. In summary, the devastating wildfires of 2025 in America were driven by a mix of climatic, human, and environmental factors. Their massive scale was the result of an environment primed by climate change, insufficient fire management, and an increasing human footprint in fire-prone areas. The impacts are profound, affecting not only human lives but the environment, economy, and public health.